is the long-awaited video of rating my income streams from best to worst. I want to preface this video to say that this is solely not based off of how much money I make from each individual stream of income. I wanted it to be fair, where I gave every income its fair chance at a good rating, not off of just being emotional about it. I have 6 categories that each income is going to be getting a grade in with 5 stars each. It can only get 5 stars in each of these 6 categories. So some of you guys had voted on which income do you think tied, because I actually do have 4 that tied, 2 together that tied, and I only gave you 1 option on what to vote for, and this is what you guys voted on. Now, I also created this list based off of my feelings. So I decided to do the list based off of just feelings and not off of facts for what each piece of paper says. So here is the order of what I thought would win, and boy, was I wrong. I was so wrong. So the categories that I am basing everything off of is money. Is it good money? How passive can it be? How passive is it? How fun is it? How much do I really enjoy it? The startup costs. How easy it was, how hard it was, how expensive it was. Marketing. How easy it is, how hard it is, or how much it's gonna cost. Like, is it a lot of money to get into trying to get customers? And then scale. Is there scalability? Can this income be leveraged to go higher and higher with maybe hiring people, selling in different avenues like online or in person? Can it be scaled up to make even more money than I am now? So those are the 6 categories that I am basing it off of. So the first one we're going to talk about is planners. I don't talk much about my planners up here. Some of you guys have bought some of them. Others don't even know that I do them. So under the money category, I gave it 1 star. You can scale this up to make good money. You can make some good money off of planners if you find a cheap manufacturer and if you are marketing very heavy to sell online and get into stores. So the money, I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. Passiveness. Can it be passive? I gave it a 2 because this is my opinion on what I am doing, not what other people are doing. It is not passive because I currently do more pop-up shops. I currently sell more planners at pop-up shops than I do online. So it's not passive. I give up my weekends all the time to sell planners. How fun is it? I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I love creating. I get to be very creative in this field. I love the way that they turn out. I am obsessed with the way that these planners turn out. Startup. This is going to be under like startup costs. And I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars. And that is because making books is expensive, you guys. Like, a lot of you guys did kind of complain about the prices that I was selling my planners at. Some planners cost like $60+. I was selling mine for about $40 something, and it's because it's expensive. I can try to put like a chart here to show you my manufacturer on who was making it, and I print in color for my first few planners. That's expensive, you guys. It's like almost $20 per planner. Marketing. It's a 2 out of 5 because in order to be successful, you actually gonna have to put in a lot of money for marketing. I wanna take the influencer route where I get other influencers to talk about my planners in order to get a lot more traffic to my website. So it does cost money. I think you should be at least looking at a good minimum of $3,000 that you're gonna be willing to invest into that type of marketing. And then scalability. Can you scale this up into being a very high grossing business? I gave it a 4 out of 5. So I mean, look at the Happy Planner. The Happy Planner is in Michael's, online, Amazon, Walmart, and it's very cheap because they buy so many units that they can get the price down. They're printing in China. So yes, you can scale it up if that's your #1 priority. It is scalable. I mean, there are $1 million planner people out there. It's very much scalable. So out of 30 is the highest that a that income can get. So planners got a 13 out of 30 on its score. Next up, we have signing agent. I love signing agent. For money, it gets a 5 out of 5 stars from me because the money is good. I mean, good. Is there really anything else for me to say? You can make $200 for 15 minutes if you're very good at the documents. How passive is it? 1 out of 5. It is not passive at all if you're just a regular signing agent and you don't have a signing agent company. It's not passive. Every time you get a signing, you have to go out to these people. There's no way to make that passive. So you're using your gas money, you're using your time to go to these people's houses, and they are not always 5 minutes away from you. I've had to go up to an hour to people. You can choose not to go up to an hour, but me, I will. Fun. 5 out of 5 for me on the fun scale because I love talking to people. If you don't have social anxiety, if you're very sociable with people, you'll love it. I love going into people's houses and seeing that the way they live. Oh, I love it. So much fun. Startup. I gave it a 5 out of 5 for goodness because it does not cost a lot of money to be a signing agent. In a lot of states, you can do it for under $200. I'll even say under $300 to be fair. Some other states can be super expensive. You will make your money back within 2 signings depending on what state you're in. Marketing, I would give it a I give it a 5 out of 5 because you're gonna pay little to none marketing costs to become a signing agent and get jobs. Some websites require maybe $60 to be hit up to the top of the list. Some of them are gonna be like $2 to be at the top of the list. So the marketing budget for it is not that expensive at all. So that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It's a very easy business to get into, very easy business to make money in. Now, scalability, I'll give it a 3 out of 5, and I feel like that's being a little bit generous because you can actually make a signing agent company and you can hire or contract signing agents out under your company. So you're the one that finds the lenders to work with. The lenders come to you and you send the notaries out there. It's good money, it's passive money that way, but all the responsibility falls on you. If you have a notary who sucks at their job, the lender is looking at you. So it's scalable. So that gives us a grand total of 24 out of 30 for signing agent. So of course, who would have thought that? Next up, we have sponsorships and influencing. So if you guys watch my 10 income streams video, you also know that I do influencing for Instagram and YouTube. Companies come to me and they say, hey, I want you to sell these gummies on your YouTube channel, on your Instagram, and that's actually extra income given to me. So that is a side hustle. I will give the money a 5 out of 5 score because the money is good. If you're valuing yourself pretty well, you're making great money. Don't let any of these companies think that just because you feel inadequate for what you should be charging, that they can give you like a measly $100. Don't ever let a big company pay you $100 for a sponsorship video. You better tell yourself that you are worth more than that. The money is good and these companies have it in their budget to pay you for it. So I love it. Passive, I will give it a 4 out of 5 because you can actually get affiliated links with these companies as well. Every time someone signs up using your link, then you will also get money forever. As long as that video is up, as long as that post is up, then and people are clicking on it, then you would be making money. Fun, 4 out of 5. The only reason why it's not a perfect 5 is because working with companies can be stressful. They want it, they can be very meticulous on how they want your video to sound, how they want your video to look, what they want you to say, how many times they want you to send the unedited version to them, and editing takes hours to do. So that's why it can be a little bit less fun when you have to, you know, get approval for that video. Startup costs 5 out of 5, as in that it's very good. It does not cost that much money. You already have a camera. You just start posting on YouTube and someone will eventually discover you. It's super easy. It doesn't cost that much money. Marketing, I'll give it a 1 out of 5. You cannot pay people to love you. You cannot pay people to like you or watch you. And to actually stay consistent with those numbers, and also YouTube filters out bots that you pay to try to get recognition on YouTube or Instagram. So sorry guys, it's super hard. It's organic. Scalability, I will give it a 2 out of 5 for me. For me. There are other people out there like my friend Tiffany. She has taken her YouTube channel to LA. She is working with BuzzFeed now because of it. That is the journey she wants to do. She wants to be in marketing. She wants to be in media doing that in LA. And I don't really have the desire to do that. So that's why I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. It's because it depends on what you want. Not everybody wants to be in front of the camera or behind the camera in LA. And it would be fun, but that's not my end goal. For her, she would give it a 5 out of 5. For me, I'll give it a 2 out of 5. Next up, we have vending. So, for money. Oh, you guys, this is going to be controversial. For money, for me, 3 out of 5. I do not have that many vending machines anymore because I am slowly trickling out of the business. I just keep my most profitable vending machines up for videos for you guys because that's what you want to see. The money is 3 out of 5 for me because I'm not putting that much work into it to get the money out of it. I'm making fine money with what I have, but I would make so much more money if I was out there on foot trying to get those locations again. Passive. 1 out of 5. And that is because vending is not passive. The more machines you get, the less passive it becomes. If you have 100 machines under you, it's not passive at all. Something is, you're bound out of 100, 10 of them probably may be having some maintenance issues. It's not passive. So sorry you guys, but if you like it, then you wouldn't mind it not being passive. For fun, I gave it a 5 out of 5. I love stocking machines. It puts me in a zen mood. It relaxes me. I love it. It's so much fun. Busy work like that really calms my soul. So it is fun for me. Startup, 1 out of 5. Very expensive to get into. I mean, it can be less expensive, but if you're gonna be going into full line, those machines cost from $1,000 on the low end, maybe $600 for a very old soda machine, all the way up to $4,000, $8,000 on like one of those brand new machines. Also, maintenance, shipping, setup, food, it can be expensive. Marketing, 2 out of 5 because it is door-to-door sales basically. You guys, you are going door-to-door to warehouses to talk to people to get your machines in there. And then also the cold calling. You could set up for a company to do the cold calling, but then that's money and it's just a lot, you guys. Last one is scalability. Of course it's scalable. 5 out of 5. You can just keep getting more and more and more machines, you guys. So the sky is the limit with vending. You just keep getting more companies. You get people under you. You get more customers. It's awesome. It's very scalable. So that is getting a 17 out of 30 for me though. Ooh, controversial. I know, controversial. But remember, these are my opinions for what is happening in my life for this business. Okay? I would have felt different a year ago. Next we have YouTube, one of my favorites. So for YouTube, the money is a 5 out of 5. It's easy and you get a lot of money for doing it. When you start out, you're not gonna have any money, but once you start getting a following, that's good money on YouTube. Passiveness, I will give it a 5 out of 5 because once you hit a viral video or once you keep getting views on a certain video, the money just stays coming in. You will start making less money for those videos that are way back when, but you will always get paid from those videos unless you get demonetized. You know, there's a lot of laws that do go into YouTube, but for the most part, it can be very passive, especially if you have an informational channel where you're teaching people something or showing people how to do something. Then 5 out of 5. Fun. 5 out of 5 for fun. Of course it's fun. You get to talk to people. You get to be creative. You get to teach things. You get to take what you love to do and show other people that it can happen, and then they fall in love with it. So fun, 100%. I get to show my life and to help others, of course. Startup costs. It is a 4 out of 5 in a good way, because all you need is you can use your phone to film. I feel like the most expensive thing will be your editing software, and then you can get very cheap lights off of Amazon. Right now I'm using a G7X. I got it for Christmas and it was about $500, so very cheap investment, very good startup costs. Marketing is 1 out of 5. You cannot make people fall in love with you. Falls under the influencing. You cannot pay for views. You cannot pay for subscribers. You cannot pay for likes. It is organic. You cannot pay for people to want to watch you. So I've said that before with the influencing thing. So 1 out of 5. Scalability, 2 out of 5. For the same reasons as influencing. It's just not something I would want to push for, going to LA and becoming in front of the camera with other things. If it were to happen, I would not say no, but it is not something that I would actively push for, in my opinion, but I could change my opinion. So I will still give it a 2 out of 5 for what I feel right now, and that is a 22 out of 30. All right, guys, we have so much to get to. Next up is Airbnb. 5 out of 5 for money. Of course. I mean, do I really need to say more? If you're in a good area that brings in a lot of traffic, I personally like national parks that also have skiing options available. The money is good. Passiveness, I would give it a 4 out of 5 right now. Now, the more and more Airbnbs I get, I will probably have to be a little bit more active. However, I have my maids, I have my maintenance men. I had to already hire them from the jump. So 4 out of 5, very passive, except for when things are like going to hell and I have to actually go there. Fun, 5 out of 5. It was actually one of my #1 goals in life, was to have real estate and to put it on Airbnb. It's something I always wanted to do. I love decorating. I love talking to guests. I love seeing my progression. 5 out of 5 across the board. Startup, 1 out of 5. Do I need to say more for startup costs? It cost me $34,000 for my down payment for my first house, and then it cost me $38,000 for my first tiny home, and I did not finance it. It's expensive. Marketing is 5 out of 5. You don't really have to do anything, because Airbnb, VRBO, Red Awning, they all do the marketing for you. They're very well-known websites. They have already put in that groundwork for you. Solid gold. There's nothing else you need to do. You only need to have good pictures and good furniture that sells the ambiance. Scalability. I'll give it a 3 out of 5, and I really don't know why I'm giving it a 3 out of 5, because I guess it's expensive to scale it. It's very expensive to scale. Costs a lot of money to get another house, costs a lot of money to get land, costs a lot of money to develop land. So that's probably why I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 for scalability. It's possible, it'll just take way longer unless you're already like a multi-millionaire. Next up, we have mentoring. You guys know I recently just started mentoring for people who wanted to open up other side hustles and just needed some help and some confidence with creating their goals into actionable plans. Mentoring, the money is 5 out of 5. I get paid to do what I want, and I really think it's good money for the time. I do try to make it affordable for people, because you guys are just starting out. I don't want to just like take all your money. Like, no, you guys are starting out. You're where I was. So the money is good for me, although at a rate of where people can still afford it. Thank you for everybody who has signed up for it. Thank you to everybody who I was able to help. Passive, 1 out of 5. It is not passive to be a mentor. I am constantly on. I am always trying to help people, always trying to push people, always trying to be available for people. So it's not passive at all, and sometimes it can be draining. Talking to people, staying at a high can be exhausting, although I love it. But everybody needs a break here and there. So sometimes I need to sleep it off. Sometimes I do take Sundays off. Fun, 5 out of 5. Of course it's fun helping people. If you've always wanted to help people, then of course you're gonna love doing this, especially if it's your own business. Startup costs, 5 out of 5, cost me nothing at all to do it. I just kind of said, hey, people have asked for it. obviously they want it, so let's just throw it out there and see if anybody wants to get it. And that's my mind frame for everything I do, is like, I see people, there's a need, let's just throw myself out there and see what happens. With every business I do, that is my mind frame. Marketing is 4 out of 5. I already have a website that I use. I'm on YouTube. It doesn't really cost me money to have to pay for marketing, although if I want to get different people in, I would have to do the whole influencer thing online, which could cost me like $3,000 starting out, but I don't think I would need to do that. I actually personally like just talking to my subscribers and helping you guys out. Scalability is 3 out of 5. I could scale it up to offer, I do want to offer vacation mentorships where I book a vacation spot in like Colorado, Mexico, Bali, and we all stay in a house together, and I mentor you guys, as well as you guys can network within that, and we have a vacation, network, and getting our confidence boosted up with each other, as well as making friends. That's actually my #1 end goal in life now, is to do mentoring retreats with people. So that is my scalability, is I want to take this from offline and take us on vacation to do that face-to-face in a group setting. So would that be fun? Let me know down below. I really want to do this. So mentoring gets a 23 out of 30. We are almost done, you guys. Notary 101. As you guys know, I am giving sessions out to people who want to become a signing agent, so I consider this another side income. Money is a 5 out of 5. Pays just as much as my signing agent stuff does. Like when I go out and do signing agents, it's because I tried to make it affordable, where it only would take you 2 signings to get your investment back. So it takes me about 2 hours to get through the sessions, so that's that is 2 signing agent contracts that I could be signing when I take my time out to do that. So that's how I ended up pricing it. Passive, 1 out of 5. Just like mentoring, I am always on. It only works if I'm there, and I would never try to hire people to do it for me, because I feel like you guys watch me, you trust me, so I would never want to push someone else to do it for me. I want that connection with you guys, so it's not passive. Fun, 5 out of 5. Of course, I always wanted to help people, and this is the way that I can help people, so I hope that I can continue doing it. Startup cost, 5 out of 5. It did not cost me anything. When you offer a service, it shouldn't really cost you anything. And remember, you guys, if you know how to do anything, offer it as a service. Marketing is 2 out of 5 because I'm not gonna market it. I could market it, but I don't need to. One day I could. You see how it goes. Just right now, I'm not marketing it except on my YouTube channel and my Instagram. Scalability is a 2 out of 5. I could get more students. I could market like that Mark Willis guy, but you know, I kind of just keep it with the people who watch me. I have a sense of loyalty for you guys, and that is why that I gave it a 2 out of 5. So that leaves us with a 20 out of 30, which is so surprising. I really thought that that would be higher up in the numbers than it is. And the last one is ebooks. So I did make an ebook, my vending catalog. That was, for money, a 3 out of 5. It's not very expensive for the vending catalog. And I'm not going to make it any more expensive. And I don't really know how to add anything else into it that would make it more expensive. So the price is what it is, what it is. I just put it together to help other vending machine people because I needed it. And I saw that you guys needed it. Passiveness is 5 out of 5. I made it once, and that's it. There's really nothing else I have to do with it. So if you guys have a skill that you can make into an ebook, and you might have an audience or people in your life who have always asked you for help, you can definitely market that or just put it on Amazon. Ebooks are a really good way to make money. Is it fun? 2 out of 5. I don't really have to do anything. So it's not like, oh my God, it you know, pumps me up in the morning every day for it, because it was literally just a one-time Well, actually it was a few times that I had to go back through and add more stuff into it to make it better, to make it longer, to put more products into it. So that was the fun part, which is why I'm giving it a 2, but it's not something I have to regularly touch, like ever. So ebooks is a 2 out of 5 for me. It's not saying that it's bad, it's just being honest of, is it fun? How can something be fun if you're not actively working on it every day? Startup is 5 out of 5, as in that it's good. It does not cost a lot of money. Maybe you need an ebook platform that may cost you money, but those are not expensive at all. And you can also just make it into a PDF form and send it to people. It's not expensive to make an ebook. So again, if you have a skill, monetize it with an ebook. Marketing is 1 out of 5. It's a very small niche to market towards, so I don't really see the point in marketing it, which is why I gave it a 1 out of 5, is that it's a small niche. There's really no other marketing to go into it except for my YouTube channel, so that's why I gave it a 1 out of 5. Now, scalability, 1 out of 5, because I don't really foresee myself making another vending catalog ebook. But ebooks in general, I could probably make maybe an Airbnb ebook on how to, but it's not really my passion. I want everything I do to be something that I love. And the vending catalog came out of a need for me to do. I needed one for me to get other locations, and I'm happy that other people can use it for their locations, but it's not really something I foresee scaling up for it. That was a 17 out of 30, and now my throat hurts. Whew. So, are you guys ready for the winner? I feel like you should know the winner by now with all of the ratings they got. Planners is at the bottom of the list of everything with a 13 out of 30. Am I mad? No, I'm not mad. You get what you put into things, and if you're not going to put so much into it, then it's not going to rank high. So we have 2 that are tied. Vending and a vending catalog. So I chose vending under planners because it is a lot of work. Vending catalog was going to be higher up than vending because I can be lazy. I can stay in bed, work on it, and send it to people. And that's why I chose it, because sometimes I just want to sleep. In 6th place, we have Notary One-on-One, which is very surprising because when I did this off of emotions and not off of like statistics on ratings, I put Notary One-on-One at the top of the list because I love helping people. The reality of it is that it's not scalable. The reality of it is that I can't market it, or I could, but I don't want to. Like, I just want to talk to you guys. I just want to help you guys for now. So that's just the reality of it. I have no desire to try to make it into $1 million company. I'm going to choose which spot takes the cake based off of my feelings. Now I get to put my feelings into it. Airbnb is number 3, 3rd place, because it was freedom versus helping others. I chose helping others over freedom. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed writing down all of these income streams and actually giving them a rating. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Comment down below what you think is the most surprising one on the list that made it, you know, in the rating system, and let me know how many income streams you have and what you do. If you want me to mentor you or do my signing agent with you, then you can go to my website and book a session with me. I am so excited about next year, and I hope you guys are too. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.